What's up, Madden community? This is MT Squared with another Madden 22 Ultimate Team video. And today I want to share a fun project I did for the Team Diamond promotion. Shout out to Smark for helping me come up with the full list of Team Diamond predictions. I took those predictions, created a Team Diamond template, and made a card for each of those predictions. Now, this card comes out this coming Friday, September 24th, so these are just predictions with a little fun added. Curious to hear what everyone thinks of those predictions and the card art also. Let me know in the comments. If this is something people like, I'll look at doing this for future promos also. It's pretty time consuming, but I have a lot of fun with it, so I don't mind. All right, let's get into it. Starting off with the AFC East, we have Bruce Smith for the Buffalo Bills, Jason Taylor for the Miami Dolphins, Bart Scott for the New York Jets, and Teddy Bruschi for the New England Patriots. Now, we're going to start off with Jason Taylor because I am a Miami Dolphins fan. Definitely one of my favorite players of all time. Great, edge rusher, but also just a really good guy, good teammate. He got the Walter Payton Man of the Year award one year. He only played for about 8 years, but he was a sack leader, I think, 4 or 5 seasons out of the 8 that he played. Obviously, he's in the Hall of Fame. Would love to see Jason Taylor back in the game. It's been a few years since he has been in the game, but I thought this would be a cool promotion to get him into it. Bruce Smith has been in the game. I think he was in it last year, but he's been a Legends player in the past. And I don't really remember when Bart Scott or Teddy Bruschi were last in the game, but thought this would be a good opportunity to get them in. Next up, we got the AFC West. Vincent Jackson for the Chargers, Bobby Bell for the Kansas City Chiefs, Terrell Davis for the Broncos, and Ted Hendricks for the Raiders. Now, I'm sure Vincent Jackson's going to be in the game at some point this year. I'm sure EA has a plan for him. I really think this would be a good opportunity. We're a month into the game. Whatever card he gets, he's going to be a top card at his position for a while, I think. So we'll see if they decide to put him in this promotion or a different one. Bobby Bell for the Chiefs and Ted Hendricks, normally Legends players. But I know EA Sports likes to mix things up every once in a while so that we're not expecting the same old cards in the same exact promotion. So I think this would be a good way to get them in. And then Terrell Davis hasn't been in the game in a very long time, but I know Broncos fans would love to see him back in. One of the, I think, 7 or 8 players in NFL history that have rushed for 2,000 yards. So it would be cool to see, another really good running back into the game at this point. Next up, we get the AFC North. Troy Polamalu for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Joe Thomas for the Cleveland Browns, Chad Ochocinco for the Cincinnati Bengals, and Jonathan Ogden for the Baltimore Ravens. Again, I know a lot of these players historically have been Legends players, but EA, they like to mix things up. They could put some of these players into this Team Diamonds promotion. They'll probably get an Ultimate Legends or another upgrade down the line also. But I thought this again would be another cool way to get them into the game. I didn't really choose too many offensive linemen for this promotion, but Joe Thomas and Jonathan Ogden again, just 2 really iconic players for their team at those positions. Next up, we get the AFC South. Arian Foster for the Houston Texans, Maurice Jones-Drew for the Jaguars, Andrew Luck for the Colts, and Steve McNair for the Titans. A couple quarterbacks here, obviously. We have one quarterback in the game right now that gets Gunslinger, nobody that gets Hot Route Master. So I think if Andrew Luck were in the game, he probably would get Hot Route Master. I think he's been a field general in the past. And then Steve McNair has also been a field general in the past. So I don't know if they would keep him with that or make him an improviser, but would be cool to see, one of those 2 quarterbacks in the game at this point. And then MJD and Arian Foster, just 2 really good running backs for those teams. Would love to see them back in the game also. Next up, we got the NFC East. We got Victor Cruz for the New York Giants, Harold Carmichael for the Eagles, Jason Witten for the Cowboys, and Chris Cooley for the Washington Football Team. So Victor Cruz, I think he's only been out of the game for 1 year or maybe 2 years since he's left the league. Not a Legends type player, but I think this promotion really fits him perfectly because he was, a big fan favorite for the New York Giants. A very explosive player when he was playing and when he was healthy. So I think this would be a good opportunity to get him in the game. Harold Carmichael everybody in Madden loves Harold Carmichael because he's 6'8". And especially this year with next gen, if he's in the game, it's going to be a big deal, and I think everybody's going to be going after him. He's probably going to be like the Jermichael Finley for wide receivers for this year if he is in right now. Jason Witten for the Cowboys. I know obviously he didn't play for the Cowboys last year. He's not playing this year. So it would be cool to see him in this promotion at this point because he was such a prolific player for the Cowboys for such a long time. And then Chris Cooley for the Washington football team. I think he was a Legends player last year, but I think it would be cool to get him in right now. NFC West, we got Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie for the Cardinals, Bryant Young for the 49ers, Richard Sherman for the Seahawks, and Torrey Holt for the Rams. So DRC, his cards are always awesome every year. Would love to see him in. Bryant Young, just a really good defensive tackle, for the 49ers. And I think he had like a Team of the Week card last year. So it would be cool to get him back in the game. Richard Sherman, obviously he's not playing for a team right now. He doesn't have a card. I believe he doesn't have a card right now. And I know he's been with the 49ers for the last 6 or 7 years. But obviously his career started in Seattle, and that's really where he made a name for himself as being one of the premier shutdown corners in the league. So I think it makes sense to get him back in a Seattle uniform for this promotion if he were to get into it. Torrey Holt for the Rams was not in the game last year. He was the level master for Madden 20. So I thought it'd be cool to get him back in this year also. Next up, we got the NFC North. Leroy Butler for the Green Bay Packers, Jay Cutler for the Chicago Bears, John Randall for the Minnesota Vikings, and Glover Quinn for the Detroit Lions. So a couple safeties here with Butler and Glover Quinn. I know we have quite a few, really good safeties, but I think, obviously there's got to be a couple safeties in this game, and I think they would be good options for that. John Randall, usually a Legends player, but again, I think this would be a good opportunity to get him in the game. And then Jay Cutler, I don't know if Bears fans would be happy or upset if he was in the game right now. But obviously, he was a big fan favorite at the time, for most of the time anyway, for the Bears when he played for them. So I think it'd be cool to get him in the game also. Next up, we got the NFC South. Marquez Colston for the New Orleans Saints, Mike Alstott for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Luke Kuechly for the Panthers, and John Abraham for the Falcons. Marquez Colston, just an awesome wide receiver back in the day. The beginning of Drew Brees' career, really helped, him and that team, win that Super Bowl and, be one of the premier teams in the NFC for a long time. Mike Alstott for the Buccaneers, obviously, one of the better fullbacks, in recent times. Luke Kuechly recently retired, obviously. Would love to see him back in the game. And then John Abraham would just be really awesome to get another speedy defensive end in the game right now. And that's it. We got the Master coming up next, though. So for the Master, I chose Charles Woodson. I know Charles Woodson, he's got that 85 overall card that if you pre-ordered GameStop, that's his only card in the game right now. But we have all sorts of other positions from the free promotional stuff that EA has given us with the captains. You can either pick a wide receiver, a running back, a safety, or a defensive end. With the series, with the level series, you either get a wide receiver with Devin Hester or Junior Seau for middle linebacker. And then you also get a defensive tackle with Linval Joseph. And then you get George Kittle as a tight end. So there's lots of positions, but there's no cornerback. So I thought it'd be interesting if they chose a cornerback this year. I know they've chosen a running back last year with Barry Sanders for the Master, and then the year before was Kurt Warner. So I'm hoping they go defense this year. I think it'd be cool to pick a depth position player. And if they go with cornerback and somebody like Charles Woodson, that's definitely going to be a card that everybody's going to want to go after because that's going to be a card that's going to be used for several months. And that's all I got, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. If I got any of these predictions right, I guess we'll see on Friday. But also let me know about what you think about the card art and if you think I should do this again. All right, that's it. See you guys.